Well. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. What a welcome back for Big Ange. It's been a crazy 48 hours, really, looking at the kind of return of Edu, the return of Ange Postecoglou. Everybody saying that Ange Postecoglou is going to come back with a manager bounce and haunt Arsenal. That didn't happen today. And if I'm honest with you, I didn't see anything from Ange Postecoglou to even believe that he was the manager. It looked very bleak, if I'm honest, from Nottingham Forest. I didn't see any quality from them going forward. I didn't look at them in attack or midfield and think they were exceptional. But I'm going to be honest with you, I actually put that down to us. I thought Arsenal were excellent today. I thought us in every department showed a little bit of quality. And if I'm honest with you, I do feel like there's, in every single department, somebody we can say thank you today to, from goalkeeper, defence, midfield and striker or attack. I think when you look at David Raya, that's an excellent fingertip save onto the bar. I know a lot of people will look at that and say he didn't have much else to do. And they'd probably be justified in saying that, to be fair. But I was really impressed with David Raya today with what he had to do. Clean sheet, another clean sheet. And then we move into defence. Mosquera. This looks like an excellent piece of business. Cheap, calm, composed, very good on the ball, doesn't panic, plays it safe when need to be. For a young player, he hasn't put a foot wrong yet. Now he will do. He'll do something rash. He's a young player, right? You're going to see potential for Mosquera to make a mistake. And when Raya made that fingertip save, some might look at Mosquera and think, what are you doing? Get rid of it. There'll be opportunities that arise where perhaps he might get things wrong. But I tell you what, he was excellent today. Very calm, very composed, good on the ball. When you look at the first 6 games that Arsenal have had, he's had to kind of play a little bit of a part in more than I expected him to. And I think he's more than passed the test. He's been an excellent signing, a great addition. I like his attributes as a defender. He looks like he's got pace, he's got power, he's got strength, he's got physical attributes you need as a centre-half. I think he looks excellent as a passer of the ball. He doesn't panic, he looks composed. And if I'm honest with you, when you're a centre-half that can come in and deputise for an injured Saliba, a lot of people will put pressure on him and say, oh, big shoes to fill. I think he's more than filled them. In the last couple of games I've seen at Liverpool, at Anfield, and today at the Emirates against the Nottingham Forest side that some people didn't really know what they were going to get, I think he's more than passed the test. So I've been a massive fan of what Christian Mosquera has brought to Arsenal so far. And I've got to big up Andrea Berta because I think he's been an excellent, he's had an excellent window. But for me, that is a massive signing on his behalf. Like, he clearly saw him or saw something when he was over in Spain. Valencia, I know, were very disappointed to lose him, and you can see why. He's been very good. So big up to him. Gabriel alongside him. People just forget how good he is, I think, sometimes. A typical performance from Gabriel. Very good, reliable. Whenever he needed to do something, swept up well. Good passer of the ball, drove forward when needed to be. Excellent from him. And Jurriën Timber and Calafiori have really cemented their place in the last few games for me, ahead of the likes of Ben White and Lewis Skelly. Now, I've always been a fan of Jurriën Timber. I think he's a phenomenal centre defender and right back. But I'll say this, I don't think at the moment you need to change any of these right now. Saliba will obviously come in. Mosquera's there to do his job. Nkapie has been signed as well. Lewis Skelly is still there. Ben White is still there. Arsenal is stacked in defence. And I think sometimes people have underappreciated how well we've done there. Then you move into midfield, and I look at the department of midfield and think, right, Rice dropped today, Zubamendi big shoes, Marino big shoes, and obviously Ødegaard started the game. Zubamendi, let's just mention him, 2 goals today. I mean, wow, if you're playing fantasy football and you put him in your team, well played, because a clean sheet and 2 goals. The first one is just unbelievable. The technique and the way he's hit that ball has been absolutely phenomenal. Now, I appreciate it might have clipped somebody and gone in, but the way he hit that was just technically beautiful. And then a brilliant ball from Trossard and a great header that is probably something I didn't expect to see from Zubamendi, headers in the box, if I'm honest. So for me, seeing Zubamendi on the score sheet twice today, fair play. I thought he was really good. And then you've got Marino, who I think had a steady game. I think he kept it going. The only thing I'll say about Marino is on the ball, when he goes forward, he always looks around him because he wants someone to pass it to. He never has the confidence to drive. He never has the intent or the direct sort of power and pace that some of our players do. But a good game, steady game. Ødegaard, shame. Another shoulder injury. Frustrating more than anything. Couldn't really do much when he was on the ball today. But I tell you who could, Ethan Nwaneri. When he came on, I think he's proven why Ødegaard, if he is injured, there's no panic. Because we've now got Saka, Saliba, Havertz, and now Ødegaard, who's gone down injured today. People have forgotten that Jesus is still in the side and still injured. But no one cares, because the quality is there. We've got squad depth now. Ethan today, we looked better. We looked quicker on the ball. We looked more direct. When he turns and runs on the ball, he's got only one intent, and that's to drive forward. I want to see Ethan Nwaneri in this side ahead of Martin Ødegaard. I do. I just want to see that. So hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get to see that in the next few games. I would rather have Ethan Nwaneri against Man City and Newcastle than I would Martin Ødegaard with an injury. He doesn't quite look right. Even his decision making again today when he did play, the scoops over the top, the passing was off. I need to see Ethan in this side, and I'm a big fan of Ethan Nwaneri. And I think today he's shown that he has got the quality and the ability to start more games. Let's talk about Noni Madueke. I know Zubimendi will probably get man of the match, but my player of the match was Madueke. I think a lot of this fan base, maybe including myself and others, probably deserve to owe him an apology right now. Not because we didn't think he was good enough, because I didn't think that this signing alone was good enough. When I look at Eze coming in, I'm like, okay, Madueke's cover's not so bad. But you know what? I thought he was excellent today. I thought he beat his man. I thought he cooked every single time. Completely cooked. I think that a lot of people are going to look at Madueke now and think, maybe we've accepted him. Maybe we thought there was something we're missing. Maybe there's something in the fan base that we were looking over. Maybe there's some PTSD of the Chelsea situation. Maybe it's a lot of money. But you know what? If he's going to put in performances like that, I'll take 50 million for him. He's young. He can grow into this side. He looks to be a lot more confident. The last couple of weeks have been good for him in the international break. He scored his first goal for his country. Then he comes into the position for Arsenal at right, probably ahead of Saka with a lot of pressure. We haven't missed Bukayo Saka today because he was, for me, player of the match. I thought he beat his man more than Bukayo Saka does. He's different to Bukayo Saka. He goes on the outside, he cuts on the inside. He isn't a player that's predictable. I think he can be quite unpredictable. His take-ons, his one-on-ones, the stats don't lie. And today I thought he was really good. Definitely the biggest threat in our attack, without a doubt. And for me, I think a lot of people saying man of the match. I would have given him man of the match today. I thought Zubimendi was excellent. The 2 goals you can't deny, but for me, Madueke, fair fucking play. Because he deserves the credit. When he plays well, you've got to praise these players. When they don't play so well, you've got to give them the criticism. That's how it works, right? And today, I'm not criticising Noni's performance. I thought he was excellent. I think there's a lot of people who will watch today and look at Noni Madueke and think, okay, that's a bit of a different player that I'm seeing from the one at Chelsea. From the one that couldn't beat his man. From the one that no one really looked at. From the one that no one saw as a threat. People were kind of questioning that. I weren't questioning that today. And then I come over to the left-hand side and I look at Eberechi Eze. Every time he gets on the ball, it looks like he's going to make something happen with it. He's got that creative flair and that spark. And I understand he's not a left winger. I get that he's more of a central attacking midfielder, but I think he cuts inside and he can do a job for the Arsenal there. He's definitely the best option we've got out there at the moment. I do think that we probably are lacking an out-and-out left winger. And I think we did want one in the summer. Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, they're all going to do a job there. And they can all play there. But I think Eze is just going to give us that little spark, that little creativity, that little bit of flair. And the flair player is what we need. I've been massively impressed with what I've seen in the glimpses so far, and I think Eze is going to be a brilliant player for Arsenal. The ball across is fantastic for Gyökeres, which is who I think we need to come on to next. A lot of people have been giving him a hell of a lot of stick. He's not going to be good enough. He's going to bomb out. He's not the player that Arsenal need. He's not making Arsenal tick or putting them across the line. Well, the guy's got 3 goals in 4 games. I think we're a little bit too soon to judge him, aren't we? Let's give him 10 games, see how many goals he's got. Perfect striker's goal today, in the right place. Probably should have scored another one. And if that would have gone in, by the way, wow, that would have been phenomenal. It would have been beautiful to see that go in. The play, the build-up play, the football was beautiful. And he put his foot through it and he hit the bar. And it came out. And to be fair, it nearly broke and rattled the crossbar. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to score goals. He might not get us Haaland numbers. I don't need him to. I need him to win the league by getting the goals that everybody else in the last few seasons have missed. He's a bagsman. He's there in the right place at the right time. And that's exactly what we need. So I think the rival fans as well need to just hush hush. They're going to give us banter. But Gyökeres, 3 and 4. lay off him. No one's going to talk to him today. Madueke, man of the match performance for me. Eza, assist today. Ethan Waneri, come on. And we did not miss Erdegaard. Then you look at Zubamendi and how good he's been today. Good signing. Great signing, in fact. Rice coming on. Squad depth. Trossard coming on. Martinelli coming on. This is while Saka and Saliba and Havertz are all out, by the way. We've got to be looking at that. So for me, great game today. Fantastic 3 points. Definitely need to be looking at taking the 3 points against Leeds and Forest, and that's exactly what we did. Beat Manchester United. Yeah, we didn't get it against Liverpool, but we've got Manchester City and Newcastle next, after of course our Champions League game on Tuesday, where I expect to see squad rotation. And that's what I think happened today with Rice being dropped. So look, Max Dowman, he didn't get on today. There's still players that didn't get on the pitch today. So I think it's really good at the moment. The squad we've got is fantastic. He's using it, utilising it. I think he's learned from that, Mikel Arteta. He's bringing on players that need minutes. He's bringing on players for the right reasons. And for me, an excellent day at the office. 3 points. We move to Tuesday. And then, of course, we've got Manchester City next week. Come on, you Gunners.